everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Shift Talk podcast. So for today's video, it's kind of special because you will get to know more of one of the person behind this project, behind this podcast. We're gonna talk more about John's life. He just actually celebrated his birthday 2 weeks ago. So now we will get to know more about his life, his journey, and all the things, the transitions that happens in his life. So, hi John. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Actually, galing siyang night shift.
Night shift.
Literally, kanina ka lang lumabas ng night shift, no?
Oh, first off
But
today. It's my
nakasleep
first
ka
day.
now.
Yeah, a little bit. Kasi yung preparation natin about podcast, medyo na stress konti lang. Kasi 'di ba, syempre gusto natin we want to inspire other Filipino nurses. So,
Definitely.
aspiring Filipino nurses na gusto mag-work dito sa Germany. Pwede pa magbisaya na lang. Bisaya na lang na.
Well, actually, John is
Charot.
from General
Santa City.
in Mindanao. So technically, we are both Bisaya.
So magbisaya na lang ta.
It's kind of hard to talk in Tagalog.
Ay, oh.
Listen ba yan, no?
Siyempre kung magbisaya pod ko medyo mabalaan jud na Bisayang dako.
Ay, actually, dyan magawas.
Dili Mugawas jud. Pero sige lang, kaya
Yeah.
natin eh.
So yes, before we talk about your life here in Germany.
First and foremost, I just want to commend Jacqueline for Packraft for organizing this kind of podcast kasi 'di ba syempre ikaw tong
No,
you are the stepping stone towards this project.
It's both our ideas ba yan?
Yeah, pero ikaw jud tong nag-push through. Okay na sige. Yeah.
So yeah, going back. Before we talk about your life and journey here in Germany, let's go back to your roots, to where it all started. So, like I said earlier, John is from General Santos. You were raised and born in General Santos, right?
Yes. General Santos City.
Pacquiao.
Oh, Manny Pacquiao.
So, let's bring us to your childhood.
Oh.
How was it growing up in General Santos? How was your childhood experience?
I was born on May. Secret na lang ang date. Secret na lang po yung year. Yeah, syempre. So,
Yes.
I was born and raised in General Santos City, the tuna capital city of the Philippines. So, ang daming tuna. Charot. Well,
Ilan kayong magkakapatid? Like, how many siblings do you have?
we are five siblings.
Okay,
So I'm the middle child. Diba, middle child, they say na they are neglected child or not the favorite ones. Is it true or not? True or not? Charot.
Somehow, but yes, going back to you, like, how was it? How was your childhood experience growing up with your family?
Well, yun nga, I'm the middle child, so I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So, kumbaga, yung sister ko, which is also a nurse, she's also working as a nurse in Australia.
Yeah.
So, she has already her family with 2 kids.
That's nice.
So, and my brother, graduate siya. So, yung next sa akin is medical technology. So, which is medically inclined din.
Wow, yeah.
Yun, and hopefully na makakapag-abroad din siya.
So he has also the plan of like working abroad.
Yeah, yes. So, pero gusto niya is English-speaking country. Hindi siya more on.
So pwede siyang pumunta to follow.
Actually, pwede naman siya dito sa Germany naman din. Kaso, maglo-learn pa din siya ng German. Which is parang it will take time. So, kung yung older sister ko is pwede naman na kunin siya or to help her for the processing.
Yeah.
So, yun nga. And then, the youngest one, yun siya, IT graduate. So, yun.
Para kayong medical and nasa
Computer. Actually, nung before ako nag-take ng nursing, actually, I was about to take
engineering.
Something with computer courses,
Like computer science.
computer science or IT. Pero by that time kasi 'di ba
In demand.
2007, so in demand yung nursing. Now, which is that time hindi ko alam kung ano ba talaga yung gusto ko by that time. I mean, I'm aiming for in line with the computers, pero yung kasi since I saw yung sister ko na nurse na din, so since diba we have that kind of mindset na kapag nurse ka, so you have the chance to go abroad
Yeah.
and seek greener pastures, so which is why I decided to take up nursing.
So technically, it was not really your first choice talaga, nurse. Parang because of like the
Because of the demand, yeah.
So you were also
So-
forced to.
So yun na lang yung tinake ko na, which is on my journey parang nalove ko na din siya,
So eventually,
yung
were you
profession. Yeah. So yun, and then pero hindi madali yung yung time ko ng to take up nursing, kasi nung nag-take ako ng nursing, walang nag-push sa akin na
Pero
you
it
have-
was the first choice. Yung parents mo, wala ba silang
kasi sa parents ko, actually my mother gusto niya na mag-take ako ng physical therapist by that time. Pero since sa Jansan, wala atang course for physical therapist dun sa Davao. And then yung sa father ko, I don't know kung parang egal na lang sa kanya or parang ganun. Kasi ako by that time, I was with high school friends. At saka I had a friend na parang okay, parang nag-nursing din siya, tapos parang na-influence na din ako. So na-influence ako sa demand, na-influence ako sa friends, at saka na-influence ako sa sister ko, and then sabi ko, pwede ko naman siya i-try.
Yeah, okay. So you took up the nursing, you finished the 4-year graduate,
Yes.
and then you took up the board exam, you passed with flying colors. What makes you decide to go to Germany? Of all the country, why Germany? I mean,
Why Germany?
Yeah, pwede kang pumunta ng Middle East. Because I think before, if you really wanted to go abroad, I think Middle East talaga yung isa sa pinakamagaling puntahan. Well, I don't know during my time, parang namang dito.
I think during that time, parang I was
Wait lang, what year ka nag-graduate?
2011.
2000.
Ikaw?
2000.
Ay, ate.
So during my batch, I think the easiest path for us to work abroad is
Sa Middle East.
Middle East talaga.
Yun naman talaga yung after yung upon graduating nursing, yung parang I was
Planning as well to go to Middle East.
not Middle East, pero parang nare-receive ko yung information na by that time
In demand, I think the demand of nurses.
parang by that time may information naman na parang okay, there would be opportunities sa Middle East. Pero by that time kasi I had circle of friends, so yung technically nadala na naman ako dun sa friends. Lahat naman friends.
So that's why nalinig ka to
Germany kasi I have two friends which is same kami na nag-graduate in sa college. So silang dalawa, sila muna yung napunta muna at first sa Germany, and then after that, so they helped me to process everything, the visa, and then luckily, thank God na parang nag-clap na din siya, so parang yun na yung opportunity ko dito sa Germany.
So you grabbed the opportunity na.
I grabbed the opportunity kasi by that time gusto ko din to follow my sister sa New Zealand, kasi nung after na nag-graduate ako, andun na siya sa New Zealand na, which is gusto ko sana
Instead of going to Germany,
to follow her
yeah,
sa English speaking country. Pero by that time, yung English proficiency ko hindi masyado, barok masyado, so broken English.
Relate to that.
So kaya sabi ko, okay, Germany, so parang you have to learn another new language, kasi nung nasa college ako, parang I was bullied sa pagiging broken English. Charot. So yun yung time na parang na-lessen yung confidence ko. Parang I doubted myself. So by that time, I mean, I was still 20 years old, 19 or 20? 19 years old.
So you were 19
I finished
years old.
nursing with
Okay. But when you
19 years
Germany,
old.
how old were you then?
parang 22, 23.
Ah,
Or 22,
so
23.
young
Yeah.
pala talaga.
So 2011 ako nag-graduate. So I was 19 by that time. I mean, after 2 months kasi March naman, di ba, usually yung graduation. Then 2 months after, so I turned 20. And then after 2 years, 2013. So yun na yun. By that time, I flew to Germany.
Was there
So,
may fears ka ba like before, like flying to Germany? Ano yung mga nasa utak mo before? Kasi you're still young.
Oo nga.
So
Kasi
strong.
by that time, yung mindset ko is all about just go with the flow lang. So, kung saan yung friends ko, doon din ako. So,
Yun talaga yung mga-
yun,
yung mga
di ba?
mentality.
Parang you are influenced by your friends. And then, since yung friends ko, circle of friends, so, since sabi nila, okay, dito may opportunity. So, I grabbed that opportunity and I took the A1 course,
Here
Goethe
or
Goethe Institute sa Manila, sa Makati.
Okay.
So, I finished the A1 and then after that, yun na yung, after 1 year nun, yun na yung friends ko, tinulungan ako and they found a Stelle or a job for me na which is, I can do my recognition as a nurse in
So,
Germany.
A1 lang muna first yung tinake mong language.
A1 muna. Kasi nung nagpunta ako dito sa Germany, I was, ano yon, yung stepping stone ko is Bundesfreiwilligendienst. I don't know kung familiar ka niya na ano.
Can you, like,
Para siyang
elaborate
FSJ,
it?
para siyang
For him to know
Freiwilliges,
as well.
Bundesfreiwilligendienst or Soziales Freiwilliges Jahr. Yun siya yung parang, like,
Ano yung FSJ?
parang same, equivalent yun siya sa FSJ and Bundesfreiwilligendienst.
BUFD.
Pero BUFD.
Yeah.
Pero they are different organizations. So, you are just, parang technically, you are volunteering yourself sa
But at the same time, you're also receiving pa rin naman.
allowance.
Like allowance.
Yung allowance kasi by that time yung BUFD kasi yun siya yung mga like mga teenagers na gusto na
Parang I think there's a bracket of age lang.
until 25 years old lang ata. I don't know kung today kung nag-increase na sila ng age, pero by that time until 25 years old kasi yung Bundesfreiwilligendienst yun siya yung stepping stone
Yeah.
ng mga youngsters dito na hindi pa sila sure kung mag-studium sila or kung anong Ausbildung ang
So that's
gawin
the
nila.
path na tinake mo first.
Tapos yung ganun pala na path na yun, yung organization, I don't know kung I would say that organization, but nag-club siya with mga foreign Mitarbeiter, I mean mga Ausländer.
Foreigners.
Kasi yung friends ko na nauna dito sa Germany, yun din yung Bundesfreiwilligendienst sila. And then, you only have 1 year to do your recognition as a nurse. I mean, so, nung napunta ako dito, so with A1, dito na ako nag-further,
For the language.
German courses. So, until B2. I mean, mahirap yun kasi you have the pressure na you only have 1 year. Tapos by that time kasi I only have actually like 9 months or 10 months kasi na frustrated ako pagdating ko dito sa Germany kasi nagka-problema ako sa papers. And then after that so yun na, so within 10 months, so I have to dapat ma-shuff ko yung anerkennung ko in 10 months and the Beats-Prüfung at saka yung digan sa process sa mga anerkennung, sa recognition, the entire process. So thankfully, thank God, na shuff ko siya. I mean, kasi by that time, yung eagerness ko is, kasi yung parents, I'm still young. Tapos yung parents ko, they spend a lot of money na just to para makapunta lang ako dito sa Germany. So I don't want to disappoint them. Yeah, that's why my drive to na ma-shuff ko lahat na
And look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at where you are right now. I mean, looking
Thankfully.
to the person who you are before and to the person who you are right now. You've really
Yeah.
come so far.
So far
Something
from
to be
away.
proud of.
Yeah.
Proud of. So
Something
from Philippines going to Germany. So now you are here in Germany. You started after the BUFD. You already started working as a nurse na talaga, as a Fachkraft.
Yes.
Konting kon lang po, tawag ko kay John is Packraft. Kasi dito sa Germany,
ano pala bang Packraft?
Dito sa Germany kasi, di ba, once you're a licensed nurse, you call someone as a
Packraft.
But since we're Bisaya, yung F at saka sa P, nababaliktad natin. So, I am supposed to call him before Packraft, pero ang tawag ko siyang Packraft. So, di ba? So, and the rest is history. Doon na we started na.
Ayun pala yung meaning mo. Iba yung meaning ko. Kasi, I thought, Packraft, kasi yung pagkakaintindi ko is, yung pack na pack, kasi yung super na super, di ba? Yung sa ating pack na pack, yung gano'n. So, kaya sabi ko, yun yung meaning.
Yung point of view ko, iba sa point of view niya.
Kasi du bist ja auch super in der Arbeit. Way.
Which leads me to my next question.
I really,
yeah,
charot.
Diba, like, you after the BUFD, you work already as a fully pledged nurse na sa station. So that's in LMU Klinikum Innenstadt. Because as far as I know, you work in LMU in Station M2 for 2 years first or 3 years before you resign, and then you go back to the station again. Bumalik si John sa station again. That's where the time na nandun na din kami. It was, I think, year 2022 when
2022 ba yun?
yeah, it's 2022. When
Not 2021?
No, it's 2022. Me, when I transferred here in München.
Okay.
So, I think yun yung time din na kababalik mo pa lang at I think 1 year ka pa lang ulit since bumalik ka sa station. So, the transition of being a BUFD, working to the station, and you've stayed in station for 10 years. So, grabe yun. So, how was your experience working in a normal station? Like, how can you summarize your experience?
Of the Allgemeine Station.
Yeah, sa station natin, like, how can you summarize your experience from day 1 until your last day sa station as a stationary nurse? So, how's your experience?
I think one thing that really mesmerized or amazed me sa station natin dun sa Allgemeine Station is the team itself actually.
Yeah.
Kasi yung team has the biggest factor
Exactly.
how you perform sa station.
How can you function as well?
Kasi kung yung team mo is you don't get enough support from the colleagues. So parang mahirap yun, mabigat.
So yun yung big factor sa the team. That's why you stayed 10 years.
That's why that was the core na nagstay ako ng more on or almost 10 years sa station na yan.
A decade of working in a station.
Well, I feel so blessed na dumating yung mga Filipinos sa station. Next to language is the culture. Kasi 'di ba yung sa 'di ba I'm a sensitive person. So yung sa episode 2 natin, 3 you tackle
discuss about it.
Yung cultural differences kasi 'di ba akala natin yung other nationalities so pagtabog nila, and actually they are also very vocal with their opinions. Straightforward. It's not very direct. So ikaw kung you are from the country na which is we always
take it personally.
Not really, but we always abide the kindness in the room. Yun yung parang pinapoint out ko. So kung once there is a person na medyo vocal or straightforward or direct. So ikaw, masyashock ka talaga kasi akala mo, okay.
Hindi kasi you're not used to it.
Böse gemeint ba yun o nicht? Parang ganon. So parang mapapa-question ka. Sabi ko na, ano ba yun? Böse gemeint or not gemeint lang nila? So thankfully, syempre may mga mababait naman din na mga colleagues na which is they are the one na parang they open that kind of perspective na don't take it personally kasi yun nga kasi gemeint das eigentlich nicht böse parang ganon. So
nila minimin talaga na they don't mean what they are saying. It's like how they deliver kasi sometimes the word minsan nakala natin siya galit dadabog pa siya, but after nun wala na nagtatawanan na kayo ulit. So parang at the end of the day kayong luto. Parang
okay na sa kanila parang ganon yun. So yun yung yung greatest most challenging part
you like
working with the other nationalities, so not only with the German people but also the other nationalities.
Kasi I think yung station natin may pinakamaraming.
Pero I think at the end of the day, yun yung parang nagustuhan ko lang sa station before is yung although we have this kind of differences, pero andun pa yun yung parang mafe-feel mo pa rin yung respect toward each other. The love for each other, respect, love, and they are also geduldig, patient naman, patient parang ganun. So which is I'm very thankful sa na dun ako na deploy na
before
so
transitioning.
the universe sent me to this kind of
So while you were also in the station, naging praxis unlighter ka rin, diba?
Unlighterin. Anong unlighterin?
Praxis unlighter.
Lighter.
Naging praxis lighter ka rin. And nag-aral ka rin nun, no? I mean, may Ausbildung din for that.
Praxis Lighter is a Weiterbildung.
How many years?
It's actually 300 hours, so that would be equivalent to like almost 6 months.
6 months?
Depende siya kung I don't know kung meron pa din yung kasi by that time nung nag-take ko ng Weiterbildung, it's 300 hours. So, parang almost 6 months siya.
What makes you decide to
decide?
Yeah, I mean,
What makes me decide?
Yeah, kasi
I think
ba't ko bago, I don't want to make mahirap myself, but what
I think
makes you decide?
everyone has the potential to do this Weiterbildung. Pero one thing
What drives you?
One thing that really drives me is my passion to teach someone. Charot!
Pa in the Philippines?
Huh?
Clinical instructor?
Sa
No.
no.
Pero it's
I
really
didn't-
your passion na talaga. Way back pa lang in the Philippines na one day you wanna be like this. You wanna be a clinical instructor. Or did you see yourself na ba doing that before?
No, I think I didn't see myself before. Parang
Kaya nasa
lang siya,
journey
nag-entwickled lang siya. Para lang siya na-develop itself with time.
And how
Kasi
was it?
parang kasi by that time yung nung hindi pa ako praxis lighter, so parang parang yung mga Schüler, so di ba parang responsibility din natin as Fachkraft na to also guide and assist the Schüler kahit hindi ka praxis lighter.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
by that time, so by that time, yun siya yung parang nag-open yung parang perspective sa akin na okay, parang gusto ko siya i-try na to be an official praxis lighter sa station which is you have the opportunity to explain with the Schüler, empower them, assist them and guide them and show them the true essence of nursing. That's why
Hindi lang po yung estudyante ang ginagaling. Kaya ang dami kong natutunan. I can still remember
really?
during my first week, tinatanong niya ako ng lahat ng gamot. For what is that? For what is it? Papanunok ka na lang talaga ng laway. But I think
actually
I thank John for that. Kasi syempre parang through that, it also like inspires you na of course you need to go to work na prepare, no? Alam nga nang papasok ka na lang ng basa ng wala kang alam o hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo. You need to be prepared because you're dealing with life and death situation.
Yes.
So I think your calling mo ang mapunta sa ganong situation na maging clinical instructor or should I say praxis lighter. So going back to like working in a normal station, being a praxis lighter, and then you decided to resign. Because
To resign?
in the
Where?
station.
Okay.
In the station because you wanted to try something new. Since ikaw nga si John, you wanted to try, you want to invigorate more, you want to learn, you want to push yourself more. You decided to resign and to apply in intensive care unit. So what makes you decide to go for greener pasture, like to go for a higher level of experience and to try to work in an intensive care unit? Like what
you mean
makes you decide?
Weiterentwicklung.
Yeah, what makes you decide like from normal
I think even before I always wanted to work in a intensive care unit. Yun talaga yung parang goal ko before. Actually I applied before for ETS pero nag-back up ako kasi with the language itself. So I was unsure kung kaya ko siya.
So parang naging stepping stone mo lang talaga yung
Yeah. Kasi you know naman yung responsibility mo sa intensive care unit.
Yeah.
Iba naman yung verantwortung yung responsibilities. You you also dealing with a lot of critical patients. So kung ang communication is very important.
Yes.
At saka yung understanding mo towards the patient care. So So that's why I stayed until 10 years just to improve the experience and to improve my language and to build some confidence para at least pagpunta ko dun sa ICU I've been equipped with skills and knowledge and also attitude. Charot.
Always be ready talaga in everything na gusto mong pasukin or tahakin sa buhay. Yeah, and so how's your experience right now as an ETS nurse? As an ICU nurse, how's your experience? How's your experience?
Iiyak na lang ako.
But I think you're already 2 years na, going 2 years na.
2 years pero surviving pa din.
Definitely you've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot. I mean, since 2 years, I would say, ang dami kong natutunan because
nice.
intensive care unit is really a complex area for you to learn more or to expand your knowledge about nursing. And for me, it makes fun. It makes fun. Es macht mir Spaß.
Correct.
Yeah, and pero yung sa mga Filipino nurses na gusto mag-ETS dyan, so you have to prepare not only physically, mentally and emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah, I think no, kasi hindi talaga siya ganun kadali. Hearing your stories before, but
kasi ito na lang masasabi ko kasi hindi naman sa generalize ko lahat na, pero you are dealing with high personalities there.
Yeah. I think
the expectation is high and the pressure is real. So, iiyak ka talaga. Iiyak
ka talaga, no? I mean, ilalabas mo talaga yung frustration mo, yung disappointment mo.
Yung parang,
bakit ba ako nandito?
Actually,
did you ever question yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Like, bakit ba ako?
Actually, I've cried 2 times in front of my head nurse. Yun, gusto kong gumive up kasi yun naman kasi by that time alam mo yun yung work culture kasi sa ETS iba kasi compared to Allgemeine Station. So I'm not generalizing it. This is just based on my experience. Baka sa inyo iba yung experience nyo, maybe you have the nicest experience, but for me it's the experience of surviving yourself.
Survival mode talaga siya.
Surviving your for yourself, pero at the same time and pick out mo yung sarili mo. Yun yung parang nag-ano sa sarili ko. I mean, that molded me to a better nurse.
And I think you were able to get to know yourself.
Yeah, I have realized
you have
more. Yun, yung parang, I mean, importante naman talaga is yung self-reflection. Exactly. Yung self-reflection na you have to reflect for yourself also na like, I mean, we do such mistakes. Kasi, we're not perfect. Pero, don't be afraid of having mistakes. Kasi yung mistakes, of course, yun siya. You were gonna learn from the mistakes, and in the near future. So ano na siya, mas better mo siya na gawin. Pero syempre, case to case basis siya kasi iba din naman yun kung life and death yung mistake mo na which is
X yun sa atin. It's a very X because you're the
pero I mean, we're trying to give our best naman talaga every day, and
in general, you can say that you still have the tama pa rin yung decision mo in landing.
For me, no
regret.
I didn't regret na like say for example, I've showed my weaknesses there.
That's okay.
And that's very okay kasi we are naman tayo, tao lang tayo, di ba? And for me, I mean, I'm also grateful na yung head nurses ko doon which is they are also very approachable toward the feelings of their mitarbeiter. Hindi naman. I mean, there are also netaloita naman sa intensive care unit. Pero you have to prepare yourself for the for the surprises.
For the war that awaits.
For the war.
So, kailangan fully equipped ka going to...
Kasi for me, it's not 100% man talaga na fully equipped ka na to go there. But ano na lang, just you're prepared enough and your openness to learn something for yourself, for your skills, to enhance your knowledge. And to gain more experiences.
And it made you more stronger. Kasi ako, I have really high respect for people who are working in ETS kasi it's not really for me.
At saka,
it's not, I can work there hanggang normal station lang talaga yung kaya ko. Kaya, to those people who are working in ETS, sobrang high respect with you guys.
Kaya nga, looking back sa yung mga struggles ko before, so that is something na nakaka-proud kasi yung mga
how you're able to overcome.
Yung mga challenges na overcome ko na which is before na parang akala ko okay, I cannot do it, pero ngayon parang nagagawa ko na siya, yung parang kaya yun nga yung parang like ngayon may mga new metarbeiter, so parang I'm nga assist pero I'm trying to empower them also not to give up.
Yes.
Kasi giving up is for me lang it's not an option.
It's
not an option. Kasi I mean kung gusto mo talaga yung bagay, you have to work for it. And don't be afraid of having mistakes because mistakes are mistakes.
Correct.
You mean what I mean?
Yes.
You mean what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And siguro don't be afraid to take risks somehow.
Yeah.
If you want something, do it. Kasi you will never know kung it's meant for you if you're not gonna do it. So, with all the struggles, with all the transitions, and with all the things that you've learned, meron ka pa bang pangarap na gustong makamit sa buhay mo? At this point of your life, are there still dreams that
of course
you still wanna achieve in your life?
Because all dreams are always valid. Diba?
Exactly.
They say that dreams are the picture of possibility.
Exactly.
Possibility. Möglichkeit. Pero if you feel that you are rejected, for me, rejection are redirection.
Correct.
Alam mo yun? You know what I mean?
Our rejection is God's redirection.
Yeah, you will be redirected to the path na dapat sa'yo talaga.
Exactly.
Kasi kung hindi sa'yo, yun nga, God is closing doors for you na hindi mo talaga kaya. Pero He's also opening doors for you na you can really do these challenges.
Yes, exactly.
So, yun.
So, definitely you still have dreams of yours na you want.
I mean, going back to your question, I mean, I still have many dreams. Many dreams. Pero ngayon, since nagiging young adult na ako, young adult, I'm still, ano ba yan, yung parang sinusort out ko siya. Kasi I'm trying to be a more realistic person now, no, kung ano ba talaga yung realistic sa life ko. I mean, the biggest lesson also that I've learned the past few years, not to dwell on the opinions of others, because I think you always have the power to reach your dreams, and that is something that it is in your hands, not to follow your dreams.
Yes, not with the control of other people, how they think about you, the opinions that they have.
Yun nga, going back to your question, so I'm trying to sort it out and step by step, and then hoping that one day na ma-reach ko siya.
Already living on the dreams that you are praying.
Kasi, you know, life is too short. You have to live your life to the fullest. And also, I'm looking forward for our projects.
Yes.
Ano ba yung project natin?
For the coming projects that we are preparing. So, with my last two questions, since you are saying that you are already like nasa adult stage ka na, that life is not too short, you are working here abroad, I just want to ask like about your parents in the Philippines. At this age of you, do you still have dreams for your parents?
Of course.
Your parents are not getting young anymore.
I
So,
still
diba,
have, yeah.
they are aging. So, nasa Philippines sila, nandito ka. But do you have like still dreams for your parents that you want
Of
to
course, I still have my dreams for my family and my parents because I think that parents, although by that time, I mean, nung yun nga, middle child, so I wasn't the favorite one. The siblings kid. So I'm not the favorite one, so I mean, although na I have seen na alam mo yun yung iba yung attention ng parents ko sa other siblings ko, pero ngayon I still have this kind of alam mo yun yung unconditional love towards your parents kasi even though I'm still grateful na they sent me sa school and they finance my education and my pagpunta din dito sa Germany. Right now kasi parang nakikita ko na yung parents ko are getting older. They are aging. Yun yung I mean, my dreams for them is to na lang yung support ko to give them on how they can still enjoy the life that they still wanted to be or to have, like like traveling. So I'm supporting them for their travels, and yeah, that is something that yun na lang talaga yung parang quality time din na gusto kong ibigay sa kanila. So yun. That's
So,
the one thing
going
that
to my last question, as you can see now, time flies so fast. So we are already approaching like almost the half of the year. I mean, it's already month of June. How time flies so fast. So, what did you do in the last 6 months that makes you feel proud?
the last 6 months.
Yeah, like from January to May until this month, June. What did you think na nagawa mo that you make yourself feel proud, that the things that you achieved, or like were you able to set more boundaries, were you able to have that more discipline with your body, were you able to like discover a lot of things? So ano sa tingin mo yung nagawa mo that will make you say sa sarili mo na I'm proud of doing this in that 6 months, I mean in that 5 months na dumaan na?
I think I would say not only the last 6 months but the last years now, which is I'm really proud of the achievements that I have achieved, that I have done. Lalo na yung I passed the USRN diba, last year
pala, no?
diba? So parang isa din siya yung parang oh my god, parang I'm so proud na overcome ko siya, na-achieve ko, nakaya ko pala, which is I've always doubted myself na kaya ko ba to or not, pero thank God na napasa ko siya.
Yes, with flying colors.
Oh, flying colors.
How many months lang yan nag-aral?
Uy! 6 months.
But still.
Pero yun, and then aside from that, I have realized so many, not only technically sa work, but also for myself also. And I've parang yung resilience ko, just like parang lang din yung parang naging stronger, parang more resiliency, yung parang ganun, na although sa workplace now, which is sometimes you doubted yourself, pero I always try to stay with my core. So yung yun yung parang isa sa mga reason why I always still keep pushing forward. And yeah, and yun na yung nasabi ko na I don't want to dwell on the opinions of others, because now it is that really matters.
Exactly. So yes, thank you, John, for sharing
Thank you also
some of
for
your-
the opportunity
some of
and your
experience.
questions.
Of course. So
Lovely questions.
I hope you will able also to learn something from his life, from his journey, and somehow you will able to be inspired with his life, with John's life here in Germany.
Yeah.
And like we hope that into whatever season and situation also that you are living and facing right now, may you continue to strive hard, may you continue to push yourself more, and don't afraid to take risks, don't afraid to try something new. As long as you love what you're doing, continue on doing it, and just keep on dreaming, as what John keeps on saying, that as long as you're living, you are entitled to dream, because life is too short. So whatever
Yeah.
dreams that you have in your heart right now, just keep on pushing it, keep on going, and keep on doing it, and may you continue to put your trust and faith in God, knowing that He is always in control of everything. So thank you once again for joining us in this episode, and we'll definitely gonna see you in our next episode.
Bye.